Um, for anyone out there facing, a setback, whether it's a physical setback, a mental setback, challenges in life, um, what do you want them to take away from the journey you've been on? What do you want them to hear?
Honestly, I say this often, you know, physically my recovery was tough. Mentally, it was almost impossible. It was impossible. And I wouldn't have gotten where I did if it finally clicked for me that asking for help and working through the mental aspect of what I was going through unlocked more physical opportunity, right? So finding a therapist, seeking help, asking, being vulnerable, like you get to this phase, and I'm sure everyone's been in this situation where you don't want to ask for help because you feel like an inconvenience to your friends or to your family or to your loved ones, right? But they all want to help you, but then you never ask. And then you kind of get into this spiral of like negativity. And the biggest thing for me is just be vulnerable, whether if it's in the office setting, and whether if it's at a racetrack in your profession. Like I think there's this stigma of mental health. And if you ask for help, it's a sign of weakness, particularly in motorsport. Um, I was fortunate, I partnered with a sports psychologist a few years prior to my accident, and I saw what it unlocked for me as an athlete. So I kind of approached my recovery in a similar manner of like I knew mentally I had to be in the right position to get the most out of my body physically. And like the best thing I tell everyone is like just don't be afraid just to ask for help, be vulnerable, reach out. If you're struggling with something in the office, I guarantee you there's a colleague that wants to
Sure.
help you. Just don't be afraid to ask.
Powerful words. Thank you, Robert. What stands out for me about your story, Robert, beyond the comeback is, all the individual decisions that led up to it. We can see the outcome. You get back behind the wheel of a race car, but there were so many things involved in the journey, going back to, that spark that gets ignited and a family that's supportive of
For
of,
sure.
a kid's vision for what he wants to do, and thousands of decisions throughout. But the decision to keep moving forward when the path ahead looks nothing like the one you planned, the discipline to rebuild physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, the humility to adapt, to be creative, the vulnerability to lean on others and recognize that partnership and human connection are part of that journey, and ultimately the willingness to share this journey with others. You have a powerful, inspiring story. Um, that's where the power of giving shows up. It's what you carry forward and what you choose to offer to others. Despite circumstances and changes, you've demonstrated the perspective, the possibility, created empowerment for others. You are living proof that resiliency can shape something new with
Thank you.
purpose and be inspiring to others. So thank you for joining our podcast. I know the journey for you is just beginning. It's
Hopefully,
been
yeah.
incredible, and we can't wait to see all that you accomplish in the future. Thanks for the time,
No,
Robert.
thank you, Mike. Thanks for having me.